Good morning, freedom fighters. It is 7:18 a.m. East Coast time, July 12th, 2025. Again, some very unusual microwave energies and the very intense storms created over Illinois and neighboring states. And at the very end, you can also see the cell phone towers pinging. The energy is turned off, and as soon as it was, the storm dissipated immediately. Undeniable. Something else was weird there. Let's zoom in on Illinois. Zooming in doesn't quite give me the area I want, but you can see the heavy microwave impulses. And this tower here really puts out a lot of energy. And then you can see like hundreds of cell phone towers pinging. And I got a video loaded up here that I created, and I've seen it all over Twitter before they removed me. But it's my video, I made it. But I want to show you these pings again here. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody that was watching the video yesterday. I pressed the wrong pause button. But I was showing the towers, the cell phone towers, how they were pinging like something was reacting to the towers. Right there. See all these little bloops of energy, like this main one? All of this happens at once. You see all this release of energy. Yesterday's video showed it really well. Okay, the tower, I just reloaded. The tower in Florida does it also in some weird microbursts in Florida off these weather systems as well. But look at Cedar Key, you're going to see that same influence. I'll zoom in on that as well. Right there. Zoom in on Tampa area. Some very strange storms yesterday in South Florida. We need to have these devices shut down. I want you to realize that our fisheries is controlled by the same people that's controlling our weather, and they have regulated us out of business. This bloop comes from towers, and I want to show you one that's here in Newport Richey. Sorry for the angle that it's in and all, but it's just a 2-minute clip. I'm gonna play the audio and all, but these towers may have some cell phone technology on it, but this top stuff to me is on a lot of towers in Florida that to me that does not seem like they're part of cell phones. Just the upper part mainly is the same on every tower. They'll never tell us the truth about any of this because the liability of these destructions of your towns and flooding, they're causing biblical floods, they will never admit to. The liability is way too much. Hey guys, I want to make a little video about these towers. This thing's incredible what's on it. They call them cell phone towers, but if you look at a lot of these devices, they're the same devices that's on HARP. That's in Alaska, Peru, England, Japan. There's HARP installations all over, and these towers literally go every few miles. There's dozens of these towers here in Florida. There's places where there's 4 or 5 just in a mile. I want you to realize that I get cell phone signal outside 10 nautical miles when they have this technology turned up for the weather control. This is HARP. They've been working on HARP in Alaska since the 90s. They're in Peru is a gigantic HARP installation. They're still in use today, but we are looking at the new HARP, this machine. 5G network is HARP. And all their next radar systems they're putting up everywhere. They put one at the mouth of my river I showed a video on. It's not good, guys, what's going on. People need to start paying attention. They got these towers everywhere. There's a water tower here just a block away that's got that shit all over it. I just want to show you that massive tower just around the corner from my house. That's not cell phone. I believe they're using the same signal for the HARP device. Like I said, I get cell phone signal miles offshore than I normally would. Here's our local taxpayer money messing with the homeless. Jesus Christ, you got enough freaking cops there? Come on, Newport Richie. We run them out. They got prisons here where they, I don't know, about 50 grand a year per prisoner, and they keep it full. I imagine that person there will be going to jail today. Pretty sad what our society become. They're controlling us in every way. The politicians are a joke, guy. Trump's a joke. All of it's a joke. They're just clown shows. Okay, my friends. I made that video over a year ago. We are being deceived, distracted, and divided while they put up incredible technologies on our rivers and shores. This is the one I show all the time from the boat, but I walk down to the Anclote power plant. I call this the direct energy weapon, and anything can be in here. It's just a fiberglass dome. They say it's channel 10s, but it's just another weather control device. That thing there is what I believe we're seeing in these beams. Those machines is what we're seeing operate these weather systems. Massive ship complexes right this minute still going on in the Pacific Ocean I want to go over as well. Thank you, warriors who were standing with me at 7 minutes. You can see all the towers activate there at the very end. Crazy how many towers I see popping off. Like they helped turn it off or something. Very distinct. Let's zoom in on that. Try to. Okay, watch how many cell phone towers energize at that time. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like they're all doing it. You know, all of them's pinging. I wish I could get this information out and people realize that these devices are not for us. You know what I mean? This all working together, all these next rads, everything. Let's move on to the ships, my friends. This is live over the Pacific Ocean. Ships do not just go out here and make loops and turns and stuff. Let's start over to where we left off yesterday morning. Watch the incredible event unfold, creating weather with ships. Only the warriors at 10 minutes gonna see this part. Thank you guys. All day long you can see the ships working. Very heavy trails. Someone says it's salt water. That's complete nonsense. This is chemicals. This is bunker fuel. They are burning it with pots. These ships have burners on there, just like the NASA rocket cloud maker. Let's not forget to mention the incredible fires that was lit yesterday in California, Nevada. They lit the entire Grand Canyon on fire. Oh my God, the attacks that I see happening the weight that I bear when I can't get anyone to care. These are all ships. Every single trail you see ships, smoke pumping out in the Pacific Ocean. And they do this in the Atlantic too. I've seen it off England and stuff. They do it in our Gulf of Mexico, but the temperatures is not easy to see it. They like set still. It's different when they do it in the Gulf. Massive operation. It's just ships. They're not going anywhere. Going north and going off to the northwest. Oh, the things I know. The ships. They can travel about 20 mile an hour. Watch that again. And chemtrails over top of it. Ships is grinning it out like crazy. They're not going anywhere. This is not ship traffic. Nothing to do with ship traffic. These are super tankers. Dime a dozen to these rich corporations, just like these aircrafts. Solid white aircraft with no numbers on them. Oh, the fires that was created yesterday. Let's do that real quick. While they're spraying offshore, clear skies. Perfect for the laser technology to work, but it comes aboard aircraft as well. Grand Canyon, right before dark, you are on fire. It says 50 acres. I wouldn't believe that. 30,000 acres. Sorry. Oh, I've seen another big fire here somewhere. Where's it at? Well, obviously, North California is on fire massively. Sad to watch my beautiful place attacked, but the red tide in the Gulf of Mexico that killed all of my fish was an attack as well. Just not breaking daylight here in the United States and South America. Sticks out a little more, so it's already daylight. Anyhow, this is daylight, this oval. Right now, most of the northern part of the world is under daylight, while the southern part is under darkness because it's winter in Australia. Most people don't understand how the weather works or how the planet works. If it's stagnant, none of my ocean currents would work. It's a spinning ball. All of the beautiful ocean currents that we have would not work. Just for the people that's commented that the Earth's stagnant and the universe rotates around us, we would not have my beautiful ocean currents without the rotation of the planet. The Gulf Stream, I have fished out here. We have to run back for miles in the morning, drifting out here in thousands of feet of water sometimes. Another reason the Titanic wasn't sunk by an iceberg. I think it's right here somewhere. And if they were trying to break speed records, they would have came underneath and come up. You wouldn't have tried to buck the current. Sailing ships would come down and come up. And when they go back to Europe, they would ride the Gulf Stream and they would make great time. The reality of everything is that our weather is being controlled, and I no longer recognize it. The knowledge of the people is lagging. Something that's funny, not really ha ha, but how easily we are manipulated. There was a thing that came out yesterday about the Truman Show. I only watched it once, probably in Alaska. It's about where I watched all my videos, and movies, and all with downtime. But it was a Truman Show delusion. Now, when I was a kid, I remember people talking about Gilligan's Island, where people would call the Coast Guard or 911 saying that they need to go rescue these people off this island, not realizing it's a Hollywood production and it's not real. There's no one on an island. They're at a studio. But how easily people can be manipulated in their own minds without anyone trying. But listen to this nonsense that people thought that they were being watched and manipulated by Hollywood in a certain way. I did not hear about this before, but just check this out and tell me if you've ever heard of this.
Number 19. It started as fiction. A man trapped in a fake world, unaware that millions were watching. But for some viewers, it didn't feel like fiction at all. Years after the film's release, psychiatrists began noticing a strange pattern. Patients claimed they were being filmed, that their families were actors, that their entire life was part of a hidden show. It happened so often, it earned a name: the Truman Show delusion. Doctors published studies. Case reports spanned countries. Some believed news anchors were sending them messages. Others tried to escape, thinking cameras were always rolling. The movie had pierced deeper than anyone expected. It didn't just reflect paranoia, it planted it. Because when a film makes you question reality itself, that's not just powerful. That's psychological history.
Watch what Jen
would ever do is lie to you. I mean, think about it, Truman. If everybody is in on it, I'd have to be in on it too.
Number 20. In the film, Sylvia, Truman's one true connection to the outside world, becomes a symbol of rebellion. But her move
Funny how people can fall into disillusions so easily by watching film. A lot of this Hollywood reality stuff's all fake, every bit of it. None of it's real. Just like our weather. What freaks me out, guys, is these ships. That is truly incredible. It's alive. Back it up a little bit, you can just see even more of it. Very painful to make these videos. I want y'all to realize that. The warriors that are with me at 18 minutes, I want to thank each and every one of you. I know it must be very painful for y'all to even watch this. David shows what's happening in England on a daily basis. Fires are happening all over the place. Biblical floods happening everywhere. I see stuff coming out of China that's amazing. All of this is smoke to me, all this white. No telling what's on fire. All these are hot spots being picked up by the satellite. It's live. It's daylight over here. Very much daylight on the other side of the planet. It is almost 8 p.m. a.m. and it's 8 a.m. here in Florida and 8 p.m. where my dad is. It's dark already there. A lot of lights there. He lives in a very populated area in Philippines. Just looking around, my friends, seeing what I see. I actually have y'all zoomed in pretty big on it. Tight on it, whatever. But I'm going to let you go. 20 minutes this time. I put a lot of my stuff on a flash drive, hoping I could clear a lot of this out. But worst thing I see really is these ships. I want to call the Coast Guard, but they're completely outside of our jurisdiction. 200 miles, they're well past that. Commercial fishermen standing by. They can do whatever they want offshore of our waters, whoever that is. It'd be China for all I know. Commercial fishermen standing by. Y'all have a good day, good evening, good night, good morning, whatever timeline you happen to be on. We are not on a flat planet, but it is controlled by complete lunatics. Commercial fishermen out.